Welcome to our third annual consultant exchange. This evening, we already had one in the morning where we also had consultants all over the world, which was great to see you again. And today we are going to hear some of our entrepreneurs, some success stories. And there I would like to introduce you to Sandra from Austria West. I think few of you already know her, and she's a real power woman from Austria, from Styria, and she has been with us together for 27 years now. And Sandra wins over customers and annual consultants' heart with her open and cheerful personality. She's in the mid of the 40s and she has 3 sons, and as I said, 27 years with Enyo. And on the other side, we have Agnes. Agnes, it all started with a gift, but I will not tell too much because she will share it later then. And she's in her early 30s and she has 2 beautiful cats. And she is together with us for 8 years. So a little bit a newbie, but only a little bit. And then I would like to start. If you have questions, of course, feel free to put it into the chat, or we can talk afterwards as well. So my first question is, when you were first introduced to Enyo, what thoughts were going through your mind? What did you think about Enyo? Sandra, would you like to start again? Sandra, du musst das Mikrofon noch einschalten.
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect.
Okay. Hello to everybody. I hope everybody understands me because my English is not so good, but hopefully Nicole will correct me when I say nonsense. Okay, I start. My mother bought the starter set 28 years ago, and she threw away all our cleaning products. I thought she was really crazy because how can we clean our household without cleaning products, chemical cleaning products? And we only had these strange, colorful cleaning things in our house. And it was really special to clean only with water because it was the year 1996.
Mm-hmm. It was really special at this moment and
Yes.
didn't think about something else instead of the old chemicals you have used.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And Agnes, how was it with you?
I was introduced approximately 10 years ago when I was still living with my parents. And my aunt, she started as an entrepreneur at that time and held a demo at my mother's place. And my mother, she purchased the kitchen bundle and also some dust fibers. And my siblings and I, we didn't have to do a lot at home, but we had to do the dishes every Sunday, and therefore we had to use the fibers. And for me, first thoughts were like, it's unhygienic, it's not working, and I didn't like it. And 1 year later, that's probably the gift you were referring to in the introduction. I was moving into my first flat, and my Enyo aunt, she's also my godmother. And in Austria, we have this tradition, at least in my region, that you are gifted with one final present when you're moving out. And she wanted to gift me the Enyo starter bundle. And she knew that I wasn't too much excited about it. But she asked me to try it at least for 2 weeks. And if I really don't enjoy it, then I can hand it back to her and we will go to Maria Hilferstrasse in Vienna and have a shopping day together. And then I was like, well, I cannot be this mean, and therefore she came, introduced me to everything, and I fell in love with the product.
Oh, good. Yeah, I think the falling in love with a product is one of the most important parts. And that leads me to the second question. So now you had both of you the love for the ENJO product. And how was then your start as an ENJO consultant? And especially, why did you start?
My first son was 2 years old, and I wanted to earn some extra money.
Mhm,
My mother told me that ENJO was looking for partners, and
mhm,
I went to an information meeting, and they said it was in a restaurant, yeah, and they said to me, you would have 4 demos a month, and if you didn't enjoy it, you can stop anytime. And I thought to myself, this is really a great company because I can stop at any time. Now I think I'm here for 27 years, and I think I forgot to leave because I became the perfect job for me, and I think I love this job more and more every day.
mhm. Cool. Ja, then you had a really long trial period, also eine richtig lange Schnupperphase von 27 Jahren. Okay. And Agnes, why did you start as a consultant?
For me at that time, it was like the perfect timing. I just finished my studies and didn't find a job in the biotech field instantly. And at that time, I also held a demo for my aunt in my flat together with my friends. And here she asked my friends if one of them wants to start as an entrepreneur. And I was like, I don't know why she's not asking me because I organized everything and I'm advertising the product and stuff like that. Maybe she doesn't trust my skills or abilities enough or something like that. So I just put the cross on the checkbox of the order form that I want to know more about the fiber and the technology and everything behind that. And yes, that's actually how I started.
Good. Yeah, interesting. And when then you started as a consultant, how did NU change your life? Did it change your life? And if yes, how?
I have grown up
Mhm,
because I was 21 years old when I start. I
mhm.
was really a young girl.
Young.
I have grown up with Enyo. I have become more self-confident.
Uh,
I have 3 children because Enyo.
mhm,
Because the job made it possible to get
mhm,
children, yeah.
mhm. Yeah, that's really a change of your life.
And in the morning I said sometimes I think I'm married with Renate and Walter
Yes, I can totally
because my
understand.
whole time is Enyo. Okay.
Mhm. Yeah, that's the second family. That's your annual family.
Yes, of course.
And Agnes, how was it with you? Did any also changed your life in somehow?
Of course,
Some
of
kind of.
course. I mean, at first, the product changed my life. I still cannot imagine how other people are cleaning and how they are managing their household with all these harsh chemicals. But then also, Enyo enabled me to qualify for different kind of jobs. So I started as a lab technician beside my Enyo hustle. And my activity as an entrepreneur helped me to qualify for a job in sales in the food industry because I was able to prove that I have already sales experience. And
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, yeah, great. Um, and do both of you, do you have a kind of a strong why? Why Enyo, your why to Enyo, euer starkes Warum?
I think that the Enyo job always adapted to my needs. When the
Mhm,
children were small, for example, there was only one demo per week in my calendar. And then when they grow up, I had more time. The annual business slowly grew, and I am self-employed, and I can decide for myself when I work, how often I work, who I work with, and where I work. And ENJO is not just a job for me. I live ENJO. I've been doing this for 27 years.
Yeah. And
For
Agnes?
me, it's similar. It just makes so much sense to work with NU. I have the feeling that I can like really contribute. For me, there is no product that combines effectivity, quality, sustainability, and health in a way the NU products do. And therefore, I know that with my activity, I'm able to make a difference because I can turn over households into cleaning with NU. And for example, when I compare it with my employment before NU, it was like, in fact, it makes no difference in this world if I or the competitor sells the test kit, because in the end it's a test kit. But I really think it makes a difference if a household cleans with NU or with harsh chemicals.
And also, Sandra, you said at the beginning you had one demo per week, and that leads me to the next question. Why do you think is it so important that you are active regularly? Is there an advantage for you?
I am in contact, constant and contact with my customers. I regularly have a full calendar, and I get paid regularly. That's it.
I agree. I'm the same opinion. So of course, on the one hand, there is the money motivation, but on the other hand, I think it's always easier to do, like for the brain, to do small, simple steps consistently over time than to do massive amount of work at once and then completely restart once again. It's just a smaller brain barrier, and therefore the activity level also helps me to create sustainable habits.
So it's by being active regularly, it's also more effective for you then. And do you think that good, high quality customer service is also important in this direction?
Yes. For me, the most important thing is not just to sell cleaning clothes to the customer. I show ENJO like I would show it my best friend. And of course, I would always ask my best friend if she's doing well, if she needs my help. Customers are my friends. And so I grow up.
That's a good, yeah.
I agree. And if a customer once understood the philosophy of NU and the way of working, he or she will stay a lifelong customer. And no matter in which field of sales you're working, it's always easier to keep a customer than to acquire a new one. And as Sandra said, when you're in regular contact, it's like talking to friends from, it's always more convenient to talk to persons you already know.
Yeah. And then it's the working, but you also have your team around. I know, Sandra, you are a mentor, you are kind of a team leader, you have your team, and Agnes, you are a team member. So what does your NU team mean for you?
I always try to be there for them every time. I try to motivate them to keep going on.
Yeah.
So for me, it's a little bit the other side around. I enjoy to be motivated, and the team is also the reason why I'm still with NU. We have a very great and special team spirit in our team, and there is a lot of expertise when it comes to the product, of course, but also when it comes to customer service. And I love the connection and also the way of cooperation we have in our team.
That's cool. And when you think about your NU business and working as a NU consultant, what was for you one of the greatest benefits from this?
Definitely the freedom to organize my time. The best job with children, I think. Meeting lot of nice people as customers or colleagues. And many colleagues have now become friends. And I've already seen half of the world with or because ENJO.
Yeah, that's right.
I totally agree again. For me, the greatest benefit is that I can decide when I want to work, where and how, and also with whom I want to work. So in my employment, it was like you have to acquire this or that customer, and now I'm more or less able to choose with whom I'm resonating and yeah, who would benefit from my contacts actually.
So I see you both are totally in love with your job as an ENJO consultant. And when are you offering then the job to others? When and where?
To all enthusiastic ENJO customers, and during the delivery or after sales service.
Every time, everywhere. Und vor dir ist niemand sicher, sozusagen. No one is safe of Sandra.
For me, it's important to feel that the person in front of me shares the same passion for the values of ENU and who understood actually the product. And for me, it's also important that I personally am able to resonate with the person in front of me.
Yeah. And now we have talked about a lot of positive things, but as everywhere, maybe there was also, or was there once a challenge, a bigger challenge with ENJO? If yes, what was it and how did you overcome it? How did you solve it?
Oh, after my second son, I took a 6 months break. The start after that was really hard. I had to start like the first time. And with my third son, I was a little bit smarter. I took a 3 months break and fixed the new dates before his birthday.
Yeah, organization talent.
Yes.
For me, it was definitely the switch from employment to self-employment and how I'm managing my time, my activities, how I schedule my day, and what things I need to do. Because before that, it was only a side hustle, and I was like more or less free to do things whenever I had the time. And actually, who helped me? It was my team lead, Martha Erber. We had a very, very good conversation on how to structure everything. She had a look on the number of customers I already have. And she gave me a very important lesson, which I try to incorporate since then. She told me that it's super important to reach out to every one of my customers at least once, better twice a year. And so, for example, if you have 500 customers, then Agnes, you need to reach out to at least 10 people every week. And that was like a specific number and very easy to incorporate, and that helped me a lot.
And I think that's also the cool thing, because on the one hand, you both say it's great to be self-employed, but you are not alone because you have your team where you can ask questions or ask for help. And was there once a special ENJO experience that you have made that was something really special for you?
Oh, I think it's a crazy story. I was never interested in the annual events. I read it in the newsletter, in our news, but I was never interested because I was a really young girl. I was 21 years old, or I always said that's not for me. And in September 2009, I received a call from my team leader saying we needed to have a serious word with each other. I sat down with the telephone in shock, and she told me that I had been invited to the Synergy meeting in Singapore 2010. And I just cried the whole day. I called my friends, I called my family, I called my aunt, I called all friends, I called my whole family, and I cried the whole day. It was so special for me. It's you say the word I
The
don't.
goose skin. Here we can see it in the camera, your goose skin. And I have it here as well.
Okay. And after this trip, I know I wanted to do it again, and I've been to every Synergy meeting since 2010.
That's cool. Yeah. Emotional. Great.
I didn't attend the Synergy meeting yet, but it seems to be awesome. For me, it was a speech I heard from Johannes Engel at an ENJO Austria festival. And that at that time, I think it was in 2017, we were launching the washing detergent, the Lavendelblüte, and he was talking about cleanliness and how clean smells. And up to that date, I was like using the product and very convinced about everything, but I didn't use the washing detergent yet. And he explained that only if a surface is 100% clean, this means that there are no residues. This also means that there cannot be any artificial flavors that we can smell left on the surfaces. And we are so influenced by the news and advertisements and the supermarkets and shops that we think a home is only clean when you can smell something. And he extended this thought to the laundry and also to the clothes. And he stated that a lot of people, including myself, think a lot about your shampoo or the body wash you are using. And in fact, the products are on your skin for maybe, I don't know, 1 minute, and then you wash them down. I mean, it's important to not use harsh products as well, but compared to the laundry, you are wearing the clothes 24 hours a day, and there is 24 hours a day direct contact to your skin, and there is an exchange happening. And that was really an eye-opener for me, and I think also to a lot of my customers.
Yeah, both are very important. One is more the product side, but sometimes you just need to hear something, and then it makes this kind of a click in your head, and then it changes for you. I'm already coming to my last question. Do you have a tip, a hint for other consultants, no matter what? Just feel free.
Always stay honest, be brave, set goals for yourself, first small ones and then larger ones, and then you grow up.
For me, it's focus on quality. We know that we are selling a very high quality product that just works. And I also like to focus on the customers who want to work with me. And there are a lot of customers outside who don't know ENJO yet. And it's super important to talk about ENJO online, but also offline, and to spread the news. And of course, there will always be the naysayers, and I have them too. But I try to focus on the people who want to work with me, and it's not about the amount, but the households I want to focus on. And in Austria, we have this saying. I said that as well in the morning. So irgendwann kommt jeder in mein Großen. Und it's like you just have to be passionate And then the people, if they don't understand it yet, they will understand it at some point in the future, because our product is valuable, and that's also what I am experiencing in the years I am with ENJO. And I guess Sandra can agree on that, because she is even longer with ENJO. But yeah, I'd say that's for me the most important message.
Cool. Yeah, thank you very much. I really think that I hope that well, you have given us a lot of information, personal, and I hope that it was inspiring for someone else. And I think everyone can take a little bit out. Even I have made 2 notes, and sometimes it's just by saying something in a different way or giving another example, and I have made my notes, and I know I can implement that in my daily work as well. And that's the good thing when we make some exchanges like this, that we can learn from each other. And I would really like to thank you, for both of you, for doing this for us and the whole ENJO family. It was really great to have you here. And if there are some questions, you can either ask them or you can put them into the chat. And otherwise, the next consultant exchange will be on Monday, the 4th of November then. But let's see if there are some questions in the chat. Yeah, so they are all, everyone is happy and great inspiration. And yeah, also Lynn, she said, such a great explanation, a good reminder. Sometimes you have to hear it from someone else in other words, and then it makes something with you. And yeah, I think there are no special questions. So I thank everyone, and I wish you a nice afternoon, evening, and a good morning to Canada.